celebrate with you. The love and support that surrounds you is ready to lift you up and carry you forward on this grand adventure. And every great adventure, whether it is an epic journey or just a trip to the corner store, belongs with a single step. And for that first step, I need the help of everyone here today. So as you're able and willing, would you please stand for a moment to help me? Thank you. Please turn to face your guests. Everyone present here today shares a bond with you. You are special to them and they are special to you. So I ask you all to support them now. Do all of you here today give your love and support to this couple in their marriage? If so, say, "We do."
We do.
And will you continue to support them, uplift and encourage them in their lives and marriage together? If so, say, "We will."
We will.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much. You may take your seats again. With love and support such as this surrounding you, the path ahead will never be too narrow or too dim, for not only will you be uplifted by each other, but you will be supported and encouraged by all of the love you have just heard. You will always know that your lives are filled with the joy and energy of this love and affirmation. April and Kyle, as you have continued on your lives' journeys to this point, you have walked in your own paths. But now you have come to a crossroad. I'm about to ask you a very important question. It is important that you answer from the heart, because your answer will change the direction of your life from this day forward. With this answer, you will bind your fates together and show the world the strength of your intention and the depth of your love. Kyle, do you take April to be your wife, to live together in marriage? If so, say "I do."
I do.
Do you promise to love, adore, and encourage her, to share the good times and achievements, as well as the hard times and disappointments, to keep her in sickness and in sorrow, and be loyal to her forevermore? If so, say "I do."
I do.
And repeat after me. I, Kyle,
I, Kyle,
take you, April,
take you, April,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
for better or worse,
for better or worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and cherish,
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Wonderful. And April, do you take Kyle to be your husband, to live together in marriage? If so, say "I do."
I do.
Do you promise to love, adore, and encourage him, to share the good times and achievements, as well as the hard times and disappointments, to keep him in sickness and in sorrow, and to be loyal to him forevermore? If so, say "I do."
I do.
And repeat after me. I, April,
I, April,
take you, Kyle,
take you, Kyle,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
for better or worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish.
from this day forward.
Stay forward.
Excellent. Absolutely perfect. Now, April and Kyle, you have chosen a poem that you feel embodies this day, and I will share it now for everyone gathered. It says, "A Prayer for a Marriage." When we are old, one night, and the moon arcs over the house like an antique china saucer, and the teacup sun follows somewhere behind, I hope the stars deepen to a shine so bright you could read by it if you liked, and the sadness we will have known go away for a while, in this hour or two before sleep, and that we kiss, standing in the kitchen, not fighting gravity, so much as embodying its sweet force. And I hope we kiss like we do today, knowing so much good is said in this primitive tongue. From the first wild, surprising ones, to the lower, dizzy 10,000 infinitely slower ones. And I hope while we stand there in the kitchen, making tea and kissing, the whistle of the teapot wakes the neighbors. I love that one. So for most of us, music plays a part in our lives. It is the underlying soundtrack of our daily life, and it can stir up feelings of love, remembrance, nostalgia. For others, however, it is much more. For those of us, it shapes our lives, our relationships, and our destiny in a very real way. If not for music, April and Kyle would not have met and would not be standing here today. They met in college through music. In fact, one of my favorite things is that April's first memory of Kyle is, "Oh no, a men's chorus guy." Many of us have had that sentiment. And while first impressions aren't always the best, music helped to forge that first connecting thread between them, upon which every subsequent moment and shared experience was built. Music continued and continues to play a part in your lives. Listening to new music, creating and singing silly songs together, which I have promised not to share, and continuing to forge deeper and deeper connections. They fell in love and are standing together today before the people that love them the most, pledging their lives to each other, all because of music. And it is so very appropriate that music was at the start of it all, because music, above all else, is special. In this world, there are very few things that can cut through the noise and chatter of daily life, that can penetrate the mask that we show to the world. So few things will lower our defenses and touch our very soul. And music is the foremost of these. Music is life. A life lived alone is like a melody sung by a singular voice. A melody can be beautiful, surprising, haunting, or even awe-inspiring, but it is still just a melody, played one note at a time. But if you are lucky enough to find your soulmate, and then, beyond all odds, to fall in love with that person, suddenly your melody changes and becomes more. You find resonance with each other, not interfering with each other, but strengthening your unique melodies. Your music is added together to create depth and breadth. You build intricate harmonies and dissonances, tensions and resolutions, and your entire lives become a symphony of love. And when that love is as deep and as strong as yours, it pours out into the world and touches the heart of everyone you meet. It enriches and brightens their lives, sometimes without your knowledge or theirs. To create beautiful music, you must pour your heart and soul into your song. And to create a strong and lasting marriage, you must pour your heart and soul into that as well. But April and Kyle, anyone who sees the two of you together, the way you look at each other, can tell that you found your soulmate. And I have no doubt that your lives together will continue to be a masterpiece, a symphony for the ages, uplifting and inspiring everyone around you. So let your love continue to be a shining example of how two souls can create beautiful music together. Kyle and April, you have received the love and support of your friends and family, and they have given their prayers and positive energy to the rings that you will wear. At this point, I will ask you to make your promises to each other. Ladies first.
When I think of our time together these past 7 years and the time that existed before you, it's like we've always been together. Like we belong, the way our fingers interlock when we hold hands. The best moments with you are always here and now, whether it's a good day, a long day with struggles, or a perfectly ordinary day. Every moment in the past is beautiful because it has led us to this day where we can now move forward as one. I couldn't be more grateful about us becoming a family, and I'm overjoyed at the thought of what's to come. I'm humbled to spend the rest of my life by your side, knowing I can share every day and appreciate life with you as my husband and best friend fills me with such happiness. I promise my heart to be your home, a source of light, comfort, and refuge. I will love you unconditionally for who you are. I will aim to be my best self and encourage you to fulfill your dreams. I pledge to trust in the sincerity and goodness in you, being slow to anger and lighthearted in times of difference. I will treasure the here and now with you, whether it be exploring somewhere we have never been or adventuring in our own backyard. I promise to share life together, full of laughter, dance, and song. I will cultivate a partnership with you that is bountiful in love and service for those around us. I will commit myself to growing with you while remaining steadfast in the covenant of our marriage and the love that brings us here today and into the future. I choose you, Kyle. From this day forward, I vow to love you with all my heart for all my life.
I need this. My dearest April, I've loved you from the moment I knew I could always make you smile. Over the years, the more we opened up, the more we shared, and the more we experienced together, the deeper in love that I fell. We've secretly caught each other at their best when we don't think the other is looking. And we've leaned on each other when there's no one else to turn to. We've learned a lot about each other, and yet there's so much left to discover and love. I couldn't be happier knowing that I'm spending the rest of my life and beyond with you, April. You're my soulmate, my person, and my best friend. Thank you for giving me a chance to be in your life. Slow mornings are nice, but I vow to stay adventurous. Music means so much for us, therefore I vow to always sing with you. Slowing time is impossible, so I vow to make time for you. I'll continue to share my ups and downs, but I vow to never dwell on things. I love making you laugh, but I vow to always be there for comfort in times of need. You continue to bring out the best in me, and I vow to do the same in you. I promise to be loyal and passionate about the life that we build together. I vow to be here with you, April, from this day forward, for the rest of our lives and long after. I hope that I can forever make you skip down halls and alleys, whether the world is watching with cameras flashing or nobody is looking at all. I promise to never forget this moment and carry these words with me for the rest of my life.
Take the ring and hold it in your palm and consider its meaning. It serves as a symbol of the promises that you have spoken to each other today. It is forged from precious metals because it symbolizes a love that is pure and enduring. It holds rare gems to symbolize a love that is priceless and irreplaceable. And it is made in the shape of a perfect circle to symbolize a love that is permanent and everlasting with no end. Whenever you look at the ring on your hand, it will forever remind you of the promises that you have made today. And it is the outward and visible sign of the love that binds your hearts together. Kyle, place the ring on April's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
And with it, my heart.
And with it, my heart.
I join my forever to yours.
I join my forever to yours.
Perfect. April, place the ring on Kyle's hand and repeat after me. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
And with it, my heart.
And with it, my heart.
I join my forever to yours.
I join my forever with yours.
Excellent. Let me step this way. Kyle and April, you are creating a new branch in your family tree. It is ideal to represent this by planting this very real tree together. It symbolizes the roots of your relationship and the continued growth of your love. So let your relationship be like this tree that you plant today. You will plant it, and you will cover it in the rich soil of love and respect, so that it will grow tall and strong. And together, you will water it with trust and with tenderness, so that it will stand tall during the harsh winds and rains and storms of life, and will always come through unscathed. For like a tree, your marriage must be resilient to weather the challenges of daily life and the passages of time. And just like the tree that you are planting, a marriage requires constant nurturing and nourishment. So remember to nourish each other every day with words of encouragement, trust, and love, so that both of you, let me step back here, and your relationship can grow and reach the fullest potential, a long and happy life together. Are you ready? Kyle and April, you have made your promises to each other in front of family and friends to be loving and faithful in your lives together. You have sealed those promises with rings and created a symbol of your commitment to each other. Because of all this, it is now my tremendous honor and great pleasure to say that by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Beloved friends and family, I am thrilled to introduce to you for the very first time as a married couple, Kyle and April Spicer.
Don't know me, I'm Becca. I'm friends with both April and Kyle, but I met April first in women's chorus at Bowling Green. We were choir officers together for 2 years. Even though I've moved 2 hours away, we've remained close over the years. So I'm really thankful to have April as a friend. I'm honored to be speaking here today at her wedding. April is an amazing person. She truly sees the good in others. She's selfless. She works very hard. She's dedicated to her students, to her career. She's always been there for me when I needed somebody to talk to, when I needed a shoulder to cry on. She's like a sister to me. So, and when we get together, no matter how long we've been apart, it feels like home. So, I love you, April. Yes. Oh, thank you. There's more. So one of the reasons that I love April, a little bit of a funny story, but cute at the same time. She helped me realize what my passion is in life. I'm a nurse. I take care of people. And I said I wouldn't tell any embarrassing stories. And it's not horrible, but one summer, April and I were donating blood together to get free Cedar Point tickets. Unfortunately, she fell off of her chair and she injured her already previously injured ankle. So I had to help her hobble back to the car, took her back to my apartment, elevated her leg, put some ice on it, made her homemade macaroni and cheese. Kyle actually came to pick her up. I think it was the first summer after they had started dating. And she had thanked me, and she said, you're really good at taking care of people. I really think that's something you could pursue in your life. It's something like that. But anyways, so sweet story about my friend. So, and actually, I've had the privilege of observing this relationship from its very beginning. So April and Kyle met through connections between men's chorus and women's chorus. They were both officers at the time. And I remember April telling me about Kyle when they first started dating, and she just couldn't stop smiling. She was just so happy. And, okay, thanks. When I think about their relationship together, I think about things being simple, things being easy. They don't need a lot of gimmicks and everything to enjoy each other's company. They can just have coffee together on their back patio and spend time with their cats, and they're happy. And to me, that is really sweet. One of the ways that I knew how much Kyle really cared about April was when he brought home their first fur baby, Mowgli. April had an older kitty, and because that was making her sad, Kyle was trying to cheer her up and got her a cute little crazy kitten with eyes as big as an owl. And I thought that was really sweet. So anyways, after Mowgli, and I didn't want to brag or anything, but I did help name both of their cats, Mowgli, and then a few years later came Darla, an even crazier cat. If you would have seen the curtains at their old apartment, you would have thought that they had a puppy, because she completely chewed the bottom of them. So that being said, whatever comes into your life next, I know that you guys will be great caregivers to it, and I will be happy to assist you in the name-giving process if you wish. So lastly, just wanted to tell a cute little story about their engagement last spring. And just to introduce the story, April and Kyle were adorable, and they would pretend, "Will you marry me?" to each other, throughout their relationship. And it just so happened that the day that Kyle was planning to propose to April, by luck, was on April Fool's Day. They were on vacation last year in the Smoky Mountains, and when Kyle got down on one knee, for a moment, April thought, "Oh, this is just another, cute way of Kyle pretending to ask me to marry him." But then she saw how emotional he was, the box, the ring, and that was it. So I thought that was a cute story you guys would all like to hear today. So with that being said, I'm so happy you guys have found each other, and I wish you a lifetime of happiness together. So congratulations, you guys. Everyone, please raise your glasses to toast Mr. and Mrs. Spicer.
Hi, my name is Craig. And I'm Kyle's lone brother. I've known him for about 26 years now. So that makes me the best man for any of these people because I've known him longer. I'm very honored, Kyle, that you did choose me to be your best man, though, in all seriousness. Growing up, I felt like we got along very well. We didn't have very many of the brotherly tiffs that seem pretty typical of two similarly aged brothers. Is that right, Mom? Right? Yeah, absolutely. Except for the time that I lost your Batmobile in preschool. You remember that? The motorcycle launched out the back. Remember that one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You were pretty pissed about that. Or that time I stabbed you in the butt with a fork thinking you'd launch into the air like a Looney Tune. That didn't work either. Or when Dad and I hid all your Christmas presents except for a lump of coal in a paper sack, and Dad said, "Well, I guess you were bad this year." That wasn't as funny as we thought it would be. We played the same sports and had some of the same friends and even belted our favorite Weird Al Yankovic tunes in the car to and from school. So despite someone wishing I was a puppy instead, I think things turned out pretty good, right? A lot of our bonding time together revolved around the latest video game. And although whatever was on the TV screen was constantly changing, one thing always remained the same. It's that I was always second. This meant I was always waiting on him to get all the first prize glory, and that I would surely be stuck with the awful controller that had the decrepit joystick from Mario Party 1, and that I was destined to always be Luigi. So just so to tune some of you people in as to who Luigi is, Mario was always the hero, and Luigi was the supportive brother that never got any of the credit. But, what? Yeah. But regardless, Luigi was always standing by, being supportive, watching Mario get all the credit. Kyle was always first. He was blazing the path and showing me what to expect. He set me up for the successes because I saw his successes and sometimes failures. This carried on well past the game, however, and into our lives. Kyle often tested the waters before inviting me to join and would prepare me on what I could expect because he had already been there. This selflessness and desire to help others is subconscious for Kyle, but there are obvious characteristics that make his personality so attractive. And it attracted April. So after a little bit of dating, it came that pivotal time when Kyle invited April to meet the parents. So after a nice dinner and conversation, Kyle decided a movie was in order. And he chose Blazing Saddles. It's a great mature movie. If you don't know what the movie is, I'm sure Kyle would love to explain it in private conversation later on tonight. So, needless to say, it was a bold choice, but Kyle's trial by fire approach must have worked out pretty well because here she is, a beautiful and perfect match for my brother, whose compassion and graciousness and ability to be a total goofball can go toe-to-toe with Kyle's any day. They're so perfect together that they've already decided to become parents to two cats, which we've alluded to earlier. One's name is Mowgli, and one's name is Darla. And Kyle, in his eternity of mercy, also adopted another cat from the Meyer parking lot. His name's Brock, and he's a big jerk. So he lives with our parents instead. So good work on that. Being cat parents, although different, has been a good test of your relationship, right? Yeah. I mean, whether it's the destruction of property, the personal injury, the destruction of property, the episodes of violent projectile diarrhea on the carpet under your bed on your birthday, or even the destruction of property. The tests have all been real, but they've always been dealt with as a team and with unwavering love. Right? Yeah? Good. So with that in mind and looking towards the future, Kyle, you're the best brother I've ever had. And I'm proud to be your Luigi and see you marry your princess. Oh, come on. April, you will never find a man more compassionate, more thoughtful, who wears his heart on his sleeve and will give you everything you could ever ask for, and often things you never asked for, but that you needed all along. So everyone raise a glass and cheers to a long, happy, adventurous life together. Whoa!